That's right. The scripture said, dwelling in
51, right?
And the brother said, great millstone, dwelling in house, ye unlearn. Right? You out there, you unlearn. Dwelling in house and learning. Ecclesiasticus 51. We are the men of the Lord here. So we are supposed to be listening to. Right?
We have our next one. This is Proverbs 29. Proverbs 9 Salakia, verse 1. It says, wisdom hath builded a house, she hath hewn out her 7 pillars, she hath killed a beast, she hath mingled her wine, she hath also furnished a table, she hath sent forth her maidens, she cried upon the highest places of the city. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she said to him, come, eat of my bread and drink of the wine which I have mingled. Forsake the foolish and live, and go in the way of understanding. He that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth to himself a blood. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning.
So if you know somebody ignorant and you know they won't understand, just leave them just so.
Just leave them.
Yeah, just fuck with them.
Foolish and unlearned question, avoid. Avoid that.
Hey. This is Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thy ear unto my understanding. Understand?
Yeah, attend unto what?
Attend unto my wisdom, and bow thy ear unto my understanding.
Yeah, boy, you to understanding, to discernment and things. Read Proverbs 4, start at verse 1.
This is Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. For I gave you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law.
Yes, so the most, the scripture is saying here, I gave you good teachings, forsake not the law. Right? Within the law have promises, within the law have as them Christians and all us say, Yahushua was concealed, and in the New Testament he was revealed. Within him is everlasting life. In the scripture when me and the brother did Kwam, right, search the scriptures, right, going back to it was John Kwam? Yeah. For in it you think you have you can bring it here with that, Baba Kasha?
If I could say this real quick.
You can bring it here, go ahead.
If I could say this real quick, because it's a law of nature, it's a law of physics. Without law, there is no power. If there are no law going on in them bulb, when there are no light,
Exactly.
law is really power.
It's a law we're keeping it together, with you know, making it coincide with each other.
How does make sense of things?
I know law.
Things will make no sense. And the Most High is not the author of confusion.
Exactly.
You understand?
Without law, things will be disorderly. Go ahead.
This great millstone. True church and the Most High.
Hebrew Israelites.
Israelites are going to the scripture.
This John chapter 5 verse 39 says, search the scriptures, for in them think ye have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me.
Yes, so it's which testify him. You understand? Give me Psalms 40 and 7. Yeah. You understand? Because in them, it testify him. And let me hear what because the Apostle Paul also echoed in Hebrews 10. You understand?
If I can add on to what you say too, the scripture say, understand for thyself. But then it come and tell you, lean not on your own understanding. So how you understand for yourself? By what? By your Chinese spirits.
Exactly.
You understand?
Go ahead.
This is Psalm chapter 40 verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book.
Yes, so Yahushua Mashiach, right, the son of the living power, he come in the volume of the book, right? Everything, the whole essence of the book, whatever the case is him. Because John chapter 1 Verse 1 says, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Or in the beginning was the Word was with power, and the Word was power. You understand? So within all the words, all the written text of the Bible, there's power within it, right? And Yahushua is the fulfillment of the law. That scripture said, I come not to destroy the law, the prophet, but to fulfill, because he's the one who fulfilling it, given the understanding. Going back into 1 Corinthians, First or 2 Corinthians chapter 3, where he took out the veil. You understand where that?
I want it there. This is Revelation chapter 19, verse 12. Say, his eyes were as the flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but himself. Right? Say, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name was called the Word of the Power.
Yes, so his name was called the Word of the Power. You understand? So he come to fulfill all this, all the prophecies, all the promises in the law. You understand what?
So, he said, and the army which were in heaven followed him upon the white horse, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
No, in the Psalms, yeah.
Psalms?
Yeah.
The Psalms, chapter 40, verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book, it is written of me. I delight to do thy will, O my power, yea, thy law is within my heart.
Yeah, the law is within his heart. Hey, even King David keep on quoting that, the law is within thy heart. What? Hebrew word love, your mind. The law, every time Yahushua was walking, every time he was with the disciples, really and truly is a breakdown of the law. You understand? He was breaking down the law. I'm on the precept, Luke 24, and he opened to them the understanding of the scriptures.
24.
God, yeah. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse bam. And start at verse 9, it says, for if the ministration of condemnation be glory, much more does the ministration of righteousness exceeding glory. For even that which was made glorious had no glory in this respect by reason of the glory that excelleth. For if that which is done away was glorious, much more that which remaineth is glorious. Seeing then we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech, and not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished, but their minds were blinded. For until this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in Mashiach. You understand? So Yahushua Mashiach took off that covering, that misunderstanding of the law. You understand? So the people will be able to understand the truth of the law. Give me Psalms 119:18.
Well, this is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 2. And he said, the Lord Jehovah Hashem came from Sinai and rose up from Seir unto them. He shined forth from the mountain of Param, and he came with 10,000 of saints. For his right hand went a fury law from them. So Yahushua is the right hand, so he's the law. You understand? That's why you see someone wasn't made for man. You understand?
That's right. All homosexuals are there. You understand? Give me this, and then I want if you could get the what you call it, a group.
Yeah, but already good.
Now, let read this.
This is Psalms 119, verse 18. It says, open thy eyes, that I may behold wondrous things out of the law.
Right, open thine eyes that I may behold wondrous things out of the law. Because if you ever really go through the law, through Genesis to Deuteronomy, right, even the other books, you'll notice it have a lot of things hidden within there that pertains to even this day, or what's going to happen tomorrow, or things that are happening in the past. So open wondrous things out of that law, because if you go into the songs of Yahweh, or the song of Moses, which is Deuteronomy 32 and I believe 33, right? The Most High real prophesy within that book. You understand? Or if they were wise, they will consider the latter end, or rejoice with his people if I with my glittering sword, all, the ICBM missiles, all these kind of things were written in the law. So all these, it have promises and all these kind of things within the law. You understand? So what Yahushua came to do now, the Son of the Most High, you understand, was to give a light, was for people to understand how to use the law, because the scribes and the Pharisees, all right, they didn't understand the law, right? They walk basically just not in faith, but just, you understand? They didn't really understand it, and they're just ruling the people where they go. They can give me the yeah.
So Luke 24, verse 44 says, and he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me.
Can you understand? So even the video that me and the brother did before, you understand? They search the scriptures, right? Search the scriptures. Just don't go with Pastor Porkchop or with anybody else say. Read the fucking book.
If I could say this real quick too, sometimes that is why these churches and them that tend to try to disannul the law.
Can.
Because the law go have them in check and they don't want to be in check. That's why hence the reason they say they love to have it so.
Can.
Because they want to swaddle in the folly.
To be taught, but you have to read. You see, the thing about reading, you come up with questions, and when you come up with questions, you ask. And the scriptures say, just finish our Bible Kasha, Isaiah 8 and 20 somewhere. Just finish our Bible Kasha.
It says, verse 45, then open ye their understanding, that they might understand the scripture.
Yeah, then he opened their understanding, that they might they understand the scriptures. Hey, the same thing with the Most High did with Adam. He took him out of the dust and he breathed in him the better life so he could understand. Because the people didn't understand the law, they wasn't walking according to the law. Dust goes back to confusion. So all the Most High did with Adam, take him out of his people, put him in the Garden of Eden and let him understand like how the Most High let King Solomon understand the circuits of the heavens, the earth and the elements. You understand?
Same thing he did with Abraham.
Exactly.
Same thing he did with Abraham, he did with Adam. Take Abraham from his family and deal with him by himself and teach him his ways. Take Adam from his family and deal with him by himself and teach him his ways.
I have a quick precept.
You gotta be taught.
I have a quick precept here. This is Luke 8 verse 10. He said unto you, it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of power, but to others in parables, that seeing they might not see, and hearing they might not understand. So not everybody will be able to understand this. Right?
Yeah, the Isaiah 8 and to the Acts 8 and 31. Go ahead. Nah, let Acts go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 8,
Try the spirit.
and verse 20. It says the law, and it says to the law and to the testimony of thy unto they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Right, so to the law and to the testimony, you understand? If they speak not to this, there's no light in them. You understand? Because this is light. On the full understanding of this is light. And the only men that bring the light or the understanding of this is the men of Great Millstone, starting with the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone.
That's right.
Understand? Our apostles, which is situated in the United States. You watch them on YouTube. Check out the elders of Great Millstone, whatever the case is, if you want to learn. You understand? Because trust me, just the other day we meet somebody from IUIC and we asked him a simple question. It was about 2 weeks before class. You know the real name of the Most High yet? Now, if you have to call on somebody for deliverance or salvation as we are bringing forth, you understand? You go wait on, let me say the instruction was to come within the 2 weeks, right? But within the 1 week, he's not going to be saved then. Because you're waiting a whole 2 weeks to tell somebody the truth. Now, the thing is, the scripture did say, cast not your pearls to swine. But if the brother look like he's diligent or in sincerity, Why wait so long? Then you causing death upon that brother. You understand? So you have to go back into this. Right? Jeremiah 6:16. Where the thing is set up?
This is Acts 8,
I'm on it.
31, verse 31. And he said, how can I expect some man should guide me?
Read a verse up.
Acts 8, verse 13, right?
Yeah.
Phileram did it to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said, understandest thou what thou readest?
Right, so this was the Apostle Philip. Right, he met somebody, he was an Ethiopian eunuch riding along the way. And he was reading the scriptures, right? Basically the book of Isaiah, right? The prophet, right? So he asked him, do you understand what you're reading? Right? If somebody 2 Peter 1:16.
Well, and he said, how can I expect some man should guide me?
Yeah, how can I accept some man guide me? Because trust me, I do this already. You go in and have a maths textbook and you go in and go try to think you're going on advance. And if you ain't understand the formula, you in trouble. So sometimes somebody just have to come and teach you the formula. 2 pi r, whatever the case is, by x multiplied by y equals z, whatever the case is. If you don't understand the formula, you have to trouble. Because the scriptures actually have a formula. Somebody willing to get the formula for me? Isaiah 28 and 10. Alright, let me show you the formula of the scripture.
I think it's verse 9.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 28,
Verse 9.
Yeah.
verse 9, it says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk, and weaned from the milk, and drawn from the breast.
Right, so they're drawn from the things of the world. You understand? Go ahead. This is the formula, you know. Go ahead.
For precept must be upon precept. That's right. Precept upon precept, line upon line.
Line upon line.
Right? Line upon line, here a little and there a little. For what stammering lips and other tongue will be speak unto his people.
Right. So it's stammering lips and another tongue shall he speak unto his people. A precept must be upon precept, line upon line. Meaning what? You have to juggle. It's like we're putting a puzzle together. Puzzle pieces must be all over the place.